Welcome back to the Process of the Paraprosdokian, a podcast where I, Nathaniel Philip Mosier, aka the Paraprosdokianist, go through my week and share with you how I patiently endured the pain of life with the help of people in order to engage with my purpose, gain some perspective, and live to tell the tale. Along the way, I'll share with you some life lessons, show you how you can prepare for lessons to come, live a life of sacrificial offering, teach those willing to listen to those willing to teach, and hopefully discover some Paraprosdokians. That's a whole lot of words that start with P. Well, let me tell you, it's all on purpose. Paraprosdokian is Greek for against expectation, and it's the technical term for a one-liner. Paraprosdokian is a figure of speech where the second part turns in an unexpected way, making you reevaluate the meaning of the first, also known as a turn of phrase. I think Paraprosdokians are a lot like life, because life can turn in unexpected ways, making you reevaluate the moments that came before, changing your perspective. I think pain can lead to purpose, leading to perspective, and that process can be summed up in a Paraprosdokian. Well, as long as you live to tell the tale. Sometimes to get through the pain, you're going to need a whole lot of patience. They say tragedy plus time equals comedy. For me, tragedy plus rhythm and rhyme, that's song. Now tragedy in the moment, that's poetry. Any great quote, lyric, or line of poetry is usually a Paraprosdokian. That's why it gets stuck in your head, because the second part of the phrase makes you reinterpret the first part, resulting in a perpetual loop of inexhaustible meaning. And I am on a search to find the best ones, but I need your help. Patient endurance of pain leads to purpose, and shared perspective summed up in a Paraprosdokian, but none of that is possible without people. I used to play a lot of Marco Polo alone because I was just trying to find myself. That Paraprosdokian is called Marco Solo, but now I know better. Don't go around playing Marco Polo alone, you're going to get hurt. Welcome to the Process of the Paraprosdokian, where my goal is to teach people how to not want to kill themselves. It is called purpose. But we got to start with the pain, and this episode is about patience. Before I start, I want to remind everyone here to subscribe and or follow the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on. If you've listened and enjoy it, then rating it will also help people find it. Even if you rate it 1 star, whatever. Probably it'll help. I don't know. Subscribe to my Substack at oneliner1.substack.com to receive daily updates, as well as additional readings, writings, resources, and reflections that have helped me make it through to the other side. It's fun solving a life equation, and let's solve it together. With that being said, let's pray. Father God, thank you for, we already did one episode, and that was a beautiful thing about the kingdom of heaven and money. And so with this episode, I hope that I can motivate people and inspire people the way that you were able to believe in me when I didn't believe in myself. Show me that there was a way forward when I didn't feel like I had the strength, and allow me to see your creation more deeply. Allow me to feel beauty. That's what this episode is about. And so I pray that whoever's listening, whatever pain they're going through, that they have the patience to get through it, that they realize that they can be refined in your grace, that on the other side of whatever pain they're feeling is a renewed, deeper sense and understanding of the beauty of this life. And that's what this episode's about. In your name, amen. Life lesson prep. I want to share with you something that I've shared with a lot of people, which is that I started running up a hill a few days a week, and it changed my life. Let's show you what this hill looks like. This is the Baldwin Hills Scenic Overlook. Now I live in Culver City. This thing has been there for a long time. Now I got hurt playing basketball. I got very into basketball during the pandemic. I have some jokes about it. Actually, the first joke I posted on Instagram was about it. And I'm not going to go on my Instagram and watch the first, I don't know, it's probably pinned by now. But it's about basketball. I was playing a lot of basketball during the pandemic. I wanted to get outside, practice. I was also reading a lot about Kobe. He had just died. Really trying to have that Mamba mentality. And I started finally playing with some high schoolers. I was wearing a weighted vest. I was going crazy. I hired a trainer and everything. And I twisted my knee. And a knee injury is interesting because you can't be 80%. Well, you maybe kind of with a brace, but you really need to get your knee. So someone told me you can't. The camera's not great, but so you got your ankle, right? Mobility. Then you got your knee, stability. Then you got your hips, mobility. Then you got your lower back, stability. Then you got your shoulder, your torso, mobility, right? So it's sort of stacked on top of each other. We have hinges and joints and things that are supposed to do, right? So an ankle is sort of for mobility. So if you twist it, it's like I've hurt my ankle a lot, but you can kind of keep playing on it. as long as you have a brace. Now, knee injury, that's bad. So I hurt my knee, and I just kept trying to come back in. I think I was ready, and then I tweak it again. You know, I do a move that I used to do. My right to left Euro was like lethal by the end of this, and so I try to do that again. And someone's, hey man, if you could have done that the whole game, come on, you could have helped us out. And then I would try to do it again, and I'd get hurt. So I went to physical therapy, and I started rehabbing it. And finally, I got to a place where she said, you know, you should probably incorporate cardio, and you should, you know, start adding weights to it. And so I thought, oh, this thing that you see on your screen. I knew a guy in high school. We were both sort of benched. He's coming off like as a 6-man on the sophomore team, and I was coming on sometimes as a second string. And he was not having it. He was very mad. He thought he should be playing more, and so during the summer he worked like a madman and practiced basketball all the time. But then also on top of it, he was weight training, and then he would do this every day, and he'd run up it. By the end, he was touching rim, almost dunking. Junior year, he was starting on varsity, and he was going off. So I remembered that. I said, why don't I just do that? It's cardio, and it's accessing all the muscles that I need to strengthen to work out, get up this hill, right? And so I started walking up it, right? Shot for like 6 days a week. I was unemployed at the time, so it's like the first thing I could do in the day. It was awesome. Start my day off with something hard. Again, start your day off with the pain, learn to patiently deal with it, make sure people help you, then figure out your purpose. That's what this podcast is really about, seriously. And so I would just go up the hill, and I tried, like jogging up it. I thought maybe I could like run up this thing. I was like, oh my God, probably, I don't know if you can see my mouse, right? Wherever my mouse is right here. That's sort of where I could like run up at the beginning, I think, or maybe over here. So I thought, man, that'd be crazy. Let me just like one day, this seems impossible. Like I want to be able to run up this thing without stopping. And I was sort of doing long strides, like one stride per step, which I later found out was wrong. And I tried to get up this entire thing. And I did this 6 days a week. And at the top, I would do my morning pages, which was like Artist Way thing, where you would free write. I would do some of the exercises. Beautiful book, Artist Way. I should probably link that. Hopefully I will make note of that. Definitely going to make episodes about the Artist Way. I've read that book 1,000,000 times, 4 times, and not 1,000,000 times. Man. But I'll read it a lot over my life. And I still use the techniques. And I think I was rereading Letters to a Young Poet. I mean, I was reading a lot, right, during this time. I was unemployed. I was in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. I was about 25 to 30 pounds heavier than I'm 170. I was about 195 this time. I knew I needed to lose weight to put less pressure on my knee. That was for sure. And I don't know if I had done a fast, a 4-day fast for the first time before this, right? But, so my relationship with hunger had to change for sure. And I just started doing this. And in the process, things sort of started to get better. I got a part-time job. I was teaching chess at elementary school. Shout out to Train Children Chess. Josh is awesome. Great dude. Great company. And owe a lot of my recovery to working for him. And I just kept doing it, and I was probably doing it about 4 times a week. I tell people, if you want to work out, shoot for 6 days a week or even 7, and you might end up doing 4, which is great. And the other thing was that it allowed me to get out into nature. There was another book that I was reading, Lost Connections by Johan Hari, and it sort of cites 7 different connections that if we are deprived of can result in depression. And I had read that book and made notes and all these things, and again, I'll make notes of that. I should be writing this down, but I don't have a pen. That's another book I should go over. And I have tons of notes about it and templates for people and all that stuff. So I should definitely do that. And I realized I'd been deprived of all of those connections while out in Edinburgh and during my Europe trip. And so I had to start planning how to reestablish those connections. So one of those was getting out in nature and exercise. And I thought, okay, this is a way to do all of those things. Again, my goal was to be able to get to the top without stopping at a light jog, basically staying in motion. That walking is, slightly different. And about 6 months in, 5.5 months in, I listened to this podcast about exercise. And the guy says that one of the leading causes of knee injuries is because when people run, they're taking too long of a stride. Okay. And also that you're supposed to run on the balls of your feet. That makes sense. And also something I had learned from physical therapy was that my knee was inverting inward because my glutes weren't strong enough. Now I'd started to strengthen my glutes, but I also had been wearing arch supports for decades, half a decade and a half, I should say. And it trashed them. Because when you land, there's these muscles that need to stabilize, right? There's many arch supports, metaphorically, that we use in life that start off to overcompensate for something that is weak. But you can't leave that there for too long because you will atrophy the muscles that you need to stabilize certain parts of you. And this applies to many things. In the process of doing this, I got off medication. I was on medication, psychotropic medication, for 4+ years. I've been off of it 2 years. My therapist had to lie about how depressed and anxious I am so that he could keep seeing me. Because I'm not. I'm telling you. Exercise, yes, it works. But more so, doing something hard and patiently enduring it and giving yourself a goal and incrementally smashing through that goal every day. You will get to the top of that hill and you'll want to get back up. So after 6 months, I changed the way I run. I started doing short, choppy strides. No more one giant stride up each step. I was doing choppy steps, up one. Choppy, up one. Chop, up one, right? Sometimes I would have a rhythm to it. And I ran up the side of it. There's a road on the side. And I ran up that thing without stopping. And I go, oh my God, I just did it. But it was the side, so it's not the same. So again, a few days later, I tried it up the steps. Almost made it. And then I think like 2 days later, I did the entire thing. But I couldn't do it 2 days in a row. 2 weeks later, I could get up the whole thing. And that was now my baseline. No matter what I ate, I could eat Takis galore. Want to get diarrhea on the way up. And I could still do it. And I still can. And I don't even do it every day. But if you made me do it, I'm getting up that thing without stopping. 5 minutes. That's how long it takes me. Starting at the bottom step right there, up there, 5 minutes. And now I play basketball twice a week. And it's fun. I lost 25 pounds in the process. I was going up the hill one time, and a lady who presumably had just started doing this, she was walking up and she was out of breath. I feel like I'm dying. And I turned to her, I said, only the bad parts of you are dying. She laughed. She said, easy for you to say. And I said, I was just like you. There's a lot of dead weight that we're carrying around. We got to lose it to get up the hill. And we got to fix the way that we run because we're wasting energy. I just scuba dived this weekend. There's a lot of wasted energy. You can hold your breath a lot longer if you just stay still. Completely still. Whatever hill you're trying to get up, give yourself at least 6 months and do it every day you can. This is a hill I'm trying to get up. This podcast, posting, trying to write and perform again, trying to figure out how to use this talent that I don't always believe that I have, which is the gift of words. I don't always believe that it makes any sense. I think this isn't hard work. I'm just talking. I'm just answering questions. That's what I've always been. Hello, teacher. I know the answer. I understand. That's been my skill. I don't know. I read stuff and I synthesize information and I share it with people and they go, wow, Can you send me that Google Docs? I don't know. I don't know if any of this is gonna make money, but I like doing it. I like seeing other people get up that hill. I don't always get much gratification going up that hill, but I'll do it so I can get other people up there with me. Because at the top of that hill, you can see all of Culver City. You can see nature. You can plan your day already feeling like you've done something hard. Calling this period of my life the hunt because I don't feel confident that I can provide as a husband, a father, till I learn how to hunt. Learn how to get food for the entire village. I want this to be something much bigger than just me. But I'm learning every single facet of media and production and distribution. And I'm going to learn every single facet so that I can find a way to facilitate good stories. So I'm going to get up that hill. And I'm starting today. Well, I started a month ago. Getting up this hill every day. I'm not getting quite up the hill in 5 minutes. I'm not getting up that hill easily every single day. But in a few months, I'm going to look up and go, I can't believe that this is my new baseline. I spent this episode. Next episode, I'm going to be starting to do interviews with other people. I have to get the tech sorted out, but that will be the people part. I'll be showcasing people and going through these sort of same themes, but making it about them. Join me in the next episode for Purpose Perspective, which is just announcements, what's coming next. I talk about my goals with the channel and everything that I'm doing, and I play some chess. So get up that hill, or at least start with the first step. Start walking. Good luck. I'll talk to you soon.